We good? Think so. All right. Hopefully everyone's having a nice Tuesday. Pretty good weather out today. So today we're gonna talk all the NHL games from the past 3 days, or 4 days. 4 days. We're also gonna talk NBA as well, and then we're gonna do an NFL power ranking / tier list. So yeah, so might as well just get straight into it. Alrighty. Alright, so starting on the NHL side, starting Friday, first game was the Predators beating the Penguins 2-1 in overtime. The only goal for the Penguins is Evgeny Malkin, and the only goal, I did 2 goals for the Predators, Philip Forsberg and Steven Stamkos. Then the Hurricanes beating the Vancouver Canucks 4-3. For the Canucks, Connor Garland with a goal, Elias Patterson with a goal and assist, and Max Sasson with a goal. With a goal. Then for the Hurricanes, Taylor Hall with a goal, Sebastian Aho with a goal and an assist, and it's Andrei Svechnikov with 2 goals and assist. Alright, next up we got the Philadelphia Flyers beating the St. Louis Blues 6-5 in a shootout. For the Flyers, Trevor Zegras with 2 goals and assist. Owen Tippett with a goal and 3 assists. Christian Dvorak with 2 goals and assist. Emil Andre with 2 assists. And then for the Blues, Dylan Holloway with a goal. Robert Thomas with a goal and assist. Jimmy Snuggerud with a goal and assist. Jordan Kyrou with a goal and assist. Justin Falk with a goal. And Cam Fowler with 2 assists. Now, last game of the Friday games was the New York Islanders beating the Utah Mammoth 3-2 in overtime. For the Islanders, Emil Heineman with a goal, Jonathan Drouin with a goal, and then Matthew Schaefer with a goal. And then for the Mammoth, JJ Peterka with a goal, and Dylan Gunther with a goal. Alright, the Saturday games, starting with the Tampa Bay Lightning beating the Florida Panthers 3-1. For the Lightning, Jack Finley with a goal, Zemgus Girgensons with a goal, and Emil Lilberg with a goal. And the only goal for the Panthers being Brad Marchand. Next up, we got the Minnesota Wild beating the Anaheim Ducks 2-0. The 2 goals for the Wild, Marcus Johansson and Matt Boldy with a goal and assist. Next up, we got the Los Angeles Kings beating the Ottawa Senators 1-0. The only goal being Alex Laferriere. Next up, we got the Edmonton Oilers beating the Carolina Hurricanes in overtime 4-3. For the Oilers, Leon Draisaitl with a goal and 2 assists. Jack Roslovic with a goal and assist. Connor McDavid with 2 goals and assist. And for the Hurricanes, Eric Robinson with a goal, Jordan Stahl with a goal, and Nikolai Ehlers with a goal. And we got the Buffalo Sabres beating the Detroit Red Wings 5-4 in overtime. For the Sabres, Ryan McLeod with a goal, Tage Thompson with a goal and assist, Josh Doan with a goal and assist, Alex Tuch with a goal, Rasmus Dahlin with 2 assists, and Matthias Samuelsson with a goal. And for the Red Wings, Patrick Kane with a goal, Lucas Raymond with 3 assists, Dylan Larkin with a goal, Alex DeBrincat with 2 goals, and Mo Seider with 2 assists. Next, we got the New Jersey Devils beating the Washington Capitals 3-2 in a shootout. For the Devils, Arsen Gritziuk with a goal, Luke Hughes with a goal and assist. And for the Capitals, Connor McMichael with a goal and assist, and Alex Ovechkin with a goal and assist. Next, we got the Chicago Blackhawks beating the Toronto Maple Leafs 3-2. For the Maple Leafs, Nicholas Robertson with a goal, and Morgan Riley with a goal. And then for the Blackhawks, Tulo Teravainen with a goal, Ryan Green with a goal, and Colton Dock with a goal. See, next up we got the Boston Bruins beating the Montreal Canadiens 3-2. For the Bruins, Victor Arvidsson with a goal, David Pastrnak with 2 assists, Marat Kusadinov with the goal, and then Mason Lohrei with a goal. Then for the Canadians, Jake Evans with a goal, Cole Caulfield with a goal. See, for the Rangers, Rangers beating the Columbus Blue Jackets 2-1. For the Rangers, Mika Zibanejad with a goal. And then for the Blue Jackets, Dmitry Voronkov with a goal. Next, we got the Dallas Stars beating the Philadelphia Flyers 5-1. For the Flyers, the only goal being Christian Dvorak. And for the Stars, Tyler Seguin with a goal and assist. Jason Robertson with a hat trick. Rope Hintz with 3 assists. Liam Bishaw with a goal as well. Next, they got the Vegas Golden Knights beating the St. Louis Blues 4-1. For the Golden Knights, Brayden Bowman with a goal. Brandon Saad with a goal against his former team. Pavel Dorofeyev and Riley Smith both with 2 assists. Tomas Hertl with a goal. Noah Hanifin with a goal. Then for the Blues, the only goal being Philip Broberg. Next, I got the Seattle Kraken beating the San Jose Sharks 4-1. The only goal for the Sharks being Alex Wennberg. And for the Kraken, Jaden Schwartz with 2 goals. Chandler Stevenson with 3 assists. Ellie Tolvanen with a goal. And Adam Larson with a goal. Jamie Alexiak with 2 assists. And the last Saturday game was the Winnipeg Jets beating the Calgary Flames 4-3 in a shootout. For the Jets, Cole Perfetti with a goal. Tanner Pearson with a goal. Kyle Connor with 2 assists. Mark Scheifele with a goal. Josh Morrissey with 2 assists. Then for the Flames, Morgan Frost with 2 assists. Matt Coronado with a goal and assist. Jake Bean with a goal. And Kevin Ball with a goal. On to the Sunday games. I got the Pittsburgh Penguins beating the Nashville Predators 4-0. For the Penguins, Blake Lizotte with a goal. Evgeny Malkin with a goal. Sidney Crosby with a goal. And Parker Wotherspoon with a goal as well. Then we got the Vancouver Canucks beating the Tampa Bay Lightning 6-2. For the Canucks, Kiefer Sherwood with a goal. Mackenzie McEachern. How do you pronounce that? McEachern with a goal and assist. Jake DeBrusk with a goal. Linus Carlson with a goal. Drew O'Connor with a goal. Elias Pettersson with 2 assists. Philip Hronek with 2 assists. Quinn Hughes with 4 assists. Marcus Pettersson with a goal. Then for the Lightning, Jake Getzel with a goal, and Nikita Kucherov with a goal. Next, I got the Minnesota Wild beating the Vegas Golden Knights 3-2 in overtime. 2 goals for the Golden Knights, Riley Smith and Pavel Dorofeyev. Then for the Wild, Joel Eriksson-Ek with a goal, Yakov Trenin with a goal, and Kirill Kaprizov with a goal in overtime. Next up, we got the Detroit Red Wings beating the New York Rangers 2-1. 2 goals for the Red Wings, Alex DeBrincat and Lucas Raymond. The only goal for the Rangers being Mika Zibanejad. Next, we got the Colorado Avalanche beating the New York Islanders 4-1. The only goal for the Islanders being Emil Heineman. And for the Avalanche, Marty Necas with a goal. Brock Nelson with a goal and assist. Ross Colton with a goal. Victor Olofsson with a goal. And yeah. On to yesterday's games, the Carolina Hurricanes beating the Boston Bruins 3-1. For the Hurricanes, Jordan Staal with a goal, Taylor Hall with a goal and assist, Mark Jankowski with a goal, and Joel Nystrom with 2 assists. The only goal for the Bruins being Riley Tuft. Now the next game we got is the Florida Panthers beating the Vancouver Canucks 8-5. For the Canucks, Kiefer Sherwood with 2 assists, Elias Pettersson with 2 goals, Drew O'Connor with a goal, Vander Kane with 2 assists, Jake DeBrusk with a goal, Philip Hronek with a goal, and Quinn Hughes with 3 assists. For the Panthers, Luke Kunin with a goal, Brad Marchand with a goal and assist, Sam Reinhart with 3 assists, Anton Lundell with a goal, AJ Greer with a goal, Carter Verhaeghe with 2 assists, Sam Bennett with a goal and assist, Evan Rodriguez with a goal. Seth Jones with 2 goals. So yeah, lots of points in that game. Next, we got the Buffalo Sabres beating the Edmonton Oilers 5-1. Only goal for the Oilers being Jack Roslovic. For the Sabres, Tage Thompson with a goal. Noah Ostlund with 2 goals. Beck Malinski with Malestein with a goal. and Rasmus Dahlin with 2 assists, and Bowen Byram with a goal. Next up, we got the Washington Capitals beating the Los Angeles Kings 2-1. The only goal for the Kings being Anze Kopitar, and for the Capitals, Alex Ovechkin with a goal and Matt Roy with a goal. 2 more games to go in terms of the NHL. The Columbus Blue Jackets beating the Montreal Canadiens 4-3 in a shootout. For the Canadiens, Oliver Kapanen with a goal, Josh Anderson with a goal, Lane Hudson with a goal and an assist. And then for the Blue Jackets, Kirill Marchenko with 2 assists, Adam Fantilli with a goal, Dmitry Voronkov with a goal and assist, Zach Werenski with a goal and assist. And then the final game we got is the Anaheim Ducks beating the Utah Mammoth 3-2 in overtime. 2 goals for the Mammoth, Dylan Gunther and Logan Cooley. And then for the Ducks, Troy Terry with a goal, Alex Killorn with 2 assists, Owen Zellweger with a goal, and Jackson Lacombe with a goal. And tonight's games, we got the Blues versus Maple Leafs, the Kraken versus the Red Wings, the Devils versus the Lightning, the Blue Jackets versus the Jets, the Islanders versus the Stars, the Flames versus the Blackhawks, the Mammoth versus the Sharks, and the Rangers versus the Golden Knights. So that's all the NHL games. Let me just grab some real quick. All right, now on to the NBA. Starting with the Friday games, the Orlando Magic beating the Brooklyn Nets 105-98. For the Nets, Michael Porter Jr. with 24 points, 11 rebounds. Zaire Williams with 15 points. Nick Claxton with 13. For the Magic, Franz Wagner with 25 points. Tristan Da Silva with 22. Desmond Bane with 19. Jalen Suggs with 14. Next up, we got the New York Knicks beating the Miami Heat 140-132. For the Heat, Norman Powell with 38 points, Jamie Jaquez Jr. with 23, Kelly Ware with 15 points, 10 rebounds, Andrew Wiggins with 15 points, Pele Larson with 14, Davion Mitchell with 11 points, 11 assists. For the Knicks, Karl-Anthony Towns obviously with 39 points, 11 rebounds, Landry Shamet with 36 points, Jordan Clarkson with 24, Josh Hart with a triple-double, 12 points, 10 assists, 11 rebounds. Mikal Bridges with 15. And yeah. All right, next up we got my Detroit Pistons being the Philadelphia 76ers 114-105. For the Sixers, Tyrese Maxey with 31 points, VJ Edgecombe with 18, Justin Edwards with 13, Andre Drummond with 12. And then for the Pistons, Javonte Green with 21 points, Dennis Jenkins with 19, Duncan Robinson with 15, Karis LeVert and Isaiah Stewart both with 14. Let's see, next up we got is the Los Angeles Lakers beating the New Orleans Pelicans 118-104. For the Lakers, Austin Reeves with 31 points, Luka Doncic with 24 points, 12 assists, DeAndre Ayton with 20 points, 16 rebounds, Rui Hachimura with 14 points, Marcus Smart with 13. Then for the Pelicans, Trey Murphy Jr. with 35 points, 7 rebounds, Jeremiah Fears with 19 points. Yeah. Next, we got the Minnesota Timberwolves beating the Sacramento Kings 124-110. For the Kings, Domantas Sabonis with 34 points, 11 rebounds. Zach LaVine with 25 points. Russell Westbrook with a triple-double, 13 points, 14 assists, 10 rebounds. Dennis Schroeder with 14 points. For the Timberwolves, Anthony Edwards with 30 points. Dante DiVincenzo with 20. Julius Randle with 26 points. Naz Reid with 12 points, 12 rebounds. Jay McDaniels with 13. All right, next up. Yeah, I'm tired. Next, we got the Milwaukee Bucks beating the Charlotte Hornets 147-134. For the Hornets, both Miles Bridges and Colin Knueppel both with 32 points. LaMelo Ball with 16 points, 10 assists. Moussa Diabate with 15 points, 11 rebounds. Colin Sexton with 14 points. Then for the Bucks, Kyle Kuzma with 29 points, 10 rebounds. Giannis with 25 points, 18 assists. Ryan Rollins with 20 points. Miles Turner with 18. And yeah. Next, I had the Houston Rockets beating the Portland Trailblazers 140 to 116. For the Trailblazers, Danny Avdija with 22 points, 10 rebounds. Shadon Sharp with 19 points. Toumani Camara with 16 points. Jeremy Grant Drew Audubon with 13. And for the Rockets, Kevin Durant with 30 points. Alperen Sengun with 25 points, 10 rebounds, 9 assists. Amen Thompson with 19 points. Jabari Smith with 22. Reed Shepherd with 13. Next up, we got the Los Angeles Clippers beating the Dallas Mavericks 133 to 127. For the Clippers, James Harden with a triple-double, 41 points, 14 rebounds, 11 assists. Zubac with 27 points, 11 rebounds. Bogdanovic with 21 points. Derek Jones Jr. with 15. For the Mavericks, both D'Angelo Russell and Najee Marshall, both with 28 points. Cooper Flag with 16. Klay Thompson with 13. Last game we got to talk about is the Golden State Warriors beating the San Antonio Spurs 109 to 108. For the Warriors, Steph Curry with 49 points. Jimmy Butler with 21. Then for the Spurs, Victor Wembanyama with 26 points, 12 rebounds. De'Aaron Fox with 24 points, 10 assists. Yeah. See, on to the Saturday games. First game, we got the Cleveland Cavaliers beating Memphis Grizzlies 108 to 100. For the Grizzlies, Jaren Jackson Jr. with 26 points. And for the Cavaliers, Donovan Mitchell with 30 points. Evan Mobley with 22 points, 13 rebounds. And Jared Allen with 16. Next, we got the OKC Thunder beating the Charlotte Hornets 109-96. For the Thunder, Chet Holmgren, actually it was SGA with 33 points. Chet Holmgren with 25 points. Isaiah Hartenstein with 12 points, 12 rebounds. For the Hornets, Miles Bridges with 15. That's the highest score. Next up, we got the Toronto Raptors beating the Indiana Pacers 129 to 111. For the Raptors, Jakob Poeltl and RJ Barrett both with 22 points. Brandon Ingram with 19. Scotty Barnes with 14 points, 11 rebounds. For the Pacers, Pascal Siakam with 30 points, and Drew Nembhard with 22. Next, we got the Los Angeles Lakers beating the Milwaukee Bucks 119 to 95. For the Lakers, Austin Reeves with 25. Actually, Luka Doncic with 41 points. Austin Reeves with 25 points. DeAndre Ayton with 20 points, 10 rebounds. For the Bucks, Giannis with 32 points, 10 rebounds, and AJ Green with 15. Final game of the Saturday games, we got the Denver Nuggets beating the Minnesota Timberwolves 123 to 112. For the Nuggets, Nikola Jokic with a triple-double, 27 points, 11 assists, 12 rebounds. Jamal Murray with 23 points, 12 assists. Tim Hardaway Jr. also with 23, as well as Aaron Gordon. Aaron Gordon with 10 rebounds. For the Timberwolves, Anthony Edwards and Julius Randle with 26 points. Naz Reid with 19. Jamie McDaniels with 15. Whew. Next up, we got the Boston Celtics. Onto the Sunday games. The Boston Celtics beating the Los Angeles Clippers 121 to 118. For the Clippers, James Harden with 37 points. John Collins with 17. Zubac with 16 points, 12 rebounds. For the Celtics, Jaylen Brown with 33 points, 13 rebounds. Payton Pritchard with 30. Derek White with 22. Next up, we got the San Antonio Spurs beating the Los Angeles... we'll also go with that. The San Antonio Spurs beating the Sacramento Kings 123 to 110. For the Kings, DeMar DeRozan with 27 points. Dennis Schroeder with 22. Domantas Sabonis with 17 points, 13 rebounds. Malik Monk with 16 points. For the Spurs, De'Aaron Fox with 28 points. Harrison Barnes with 20 points. Devin Vassell with 16. Keldon Johnson with 14 points and 12 rebounds. Luke Cornett with 13 points, 11 rebounds. Next, we got the Brooklyn Nets beating the Washington Wizards 129 to 106. For the Nets, Michael Porter Jr. with 34 points. Tyrese Martin with 20 points. Nick Claxton with 17. For the Wizards, Keyshawn George with 29 points. CJ McCollum with 17. Next up, we got the Golden State Warriors beating the New Orleans Pelicans 124-106. For the Warriors, Moses Moody with 32 points. Brandon Podskiemski with 19. Jimmy Butler with 18 points, 10 assists. For the Pelicans, Trey Murphy with 20 points. Jeremiah Fears with 17. Jose Alvarado with 18. All right, next up we got is the Houston Rockets beating the Orlando Magic 117-113 overtime. For the Magic, Franz Wagner with 29 points, Desmond Bain with 26, Anthony Black with 18, Wendell Carter Jr. with 15. For the Rockets, Kevin Durant with 35 points, Alperen Sengun with 30 points, 12 rebounds, Ahmed Thompson with 12 points and 10 rebounds, and Jabari Smith Jr. with 10 points, 10 rebounds. Reed Shipper also with 16 points as well. Let's see. Next up we got is the Dallas Mavericks beating the Portland Trailblazers 138-133. For the Trailblazers, Shadon Sharp with 36 points, Danny Avdia with 29 points, Jeremy Grant with 26, Devon Klingon with 16 points, 11 rebounds, and Toumani Camara with 11 points, 10 rebounds. For the Mavericks, PJ Washington and Cooper Fly both with 21 points, Daniel Gafford with 20, Klay Thompson with 19, Brandon Williams with 15, Max Christie with 14. All right, next up we got is the Atlanta Hawks beating the Phoenix Suns 124-122. For the Hawks, we got Oyeka Okongwu with 27 points, Jalen Johnson with 25 points, 10 rebounds, Nickeil Alexander-Walker with 26 points, Zachary Rashashe with 15 points, and then Dyson Daniels with 11 points, 12 assists. For the Suns, Dylan Brooks with 34 points, Devin Booker with 27, Colin Gillespie with 15. And yeah. All right, last Sunday game we got is the Utah Jazz beating the Chicago Bulls 150-147. For the Bulls, Josh Giddey with a triple-double, 26 points, 13 rebounds, and assists. Nikola Vucevic with 21 points, 12 rebounds. Kobe White with 27 points. Ayo Dosunmu and Matej Buzelis both with 18. Julian Phillips with 10. And for the Jazz, Lauri Markkanen with 47 points. Keontae George with 33. Isaiah Collier and Bryce Sensabaugh with both 16. All right, now we got 8 more games to talk about here. Next up, we got the Detroit Pistons beating the Indiana Pacers 127-112. For the Pacers, Pascal Siakam with 29 points. Benedict Mathurin with 25 points, Isaiah Jackson with 16 points, 10 rebounds, Andrew Nembhard with 15. Then for the Pistons, Jalen Duren with 31 points, 15 rebounds, Dennis Jenkins with 26, Javonte Green with 20. Next, I got the Philadelphia 76ers beating the Los Angeles Clippers 110-108. For the Clippers, James Harden with 28 points, Kobe Sanders with 17, and Zubac with 14 points, 13 rebounds. For the Philadelphia 76ers, we got Tyrese Maxey with 39 points, Quentin Grimes with 19, VJ Edgecombe with 14, as well as Drummond with 18 rebounds. All right, next up we got the Cleveland Cavaliers beating Milwaukee Bucks 118-106. For the Bucks, Ryan Rollins with 24 points, Miles Turner with 15, Giannis with 14. Yeah, well, for the Cavs, Donovan Mitchell with 37 points, Sam Merrill with 20, Evan Mobley with 14. Next, I got the Miami Heat beating the New York Knicks 115-113. For the Knicks, Mikal Bridges with 23, Miles McBride with 25, Karl-Anthony Towns with 22 points, 15 rebounds. And yeah. And for the Heat, Norman Powell with 19 points, Davion Mitchell with 18, Kelly Ware with 16 points, 14 rebounds, Simone Fontecchio with 14. Yeah. All right. Next, we got the Toronto Raptors beating the Charlotte Hornets 110-108. For the Hornets, Colin Kneppel with 24 points, Miles Bridges with 22, LaMelo Ball with 20, Colin Sexton with 17. For the Raptors, Brandon Ingram with 27 points, Scotty Barnes and RJ Barrable with 16. Manuel quickly with 15 points and 10 rebounds. Jakob Poeltl with 13. Next, we got the Minnesota Timberwolves beating the Dallas Mavericks 120-96. For the Mavericks, pretty much know what I talk about. And for the Timberwolves, Nasri with 22 points, 12 rebounds. Jane McDaniels with 15, as well as Rudy Gobert. Yeah. Whoop. All right. Next up, we got the Oklahoma City Thunder beating the New Orleans Pelicans 126-109. For the Thunder, Chet Holmgren with 26 points, SGA with 23, Lou Dort with 17, Isaiah Hartenstein with 16. For the Pelicans, Jeremiah Fears with 24 points, Trey Murphy with 18, Micah Peavy with 16. Last game, talk about here, Chicago Bulls beating the Denver Nuggets 130-127. For the Bulls, Josh Giddey with 21 points, 14 rebounds. Jusuma with 21 points. Kevin Huerter with 20. Jalen Smith with 16. Javon Carter with 15. Then for the Nuggets, Nikola Jokic with a triple-double, 36 points, 18 rebounds, 13 assists. Jamal Murray with 34 points, 11 rebounds. Aaron Gordon with 24 points, 10 rebounds. And then Cameron Johnson with 19. All right, and then the games tonight, we got Warriors and Magic, Celtics and Nets, Pistons and Hawks, Grizzlies and Spurs, Jazz and Lakers, and then Suns and Trailblazers. Just give me 1 second. Just give me one moment here. Alright. That should be good. Alright, now on to the NFL power rankings / tier list. Yeah. See, first team we got here is the Houston Texans, who obviously beat the Tennessee Titans on a game-winning field goal. Texans, I think, are 5-5. They're starting to creep their way into up towards a wild card spot. I guess I have to put them in B tier. They have the number one defense in the NFL, which is crazy to say. But yeah, I mean, Texans, they've been playing very well. The defense at least has been playing well. I mean, their offense at times has been decent though. But yeah, B tier for sure. Next, I got the Carolina Panthers, who beat the Atlanta Falcons. I think I'll probably put the Panthers as well in B tier. A very, very big win there for the Panthers. I know the Falcons are not necessarily that good of a team, but regardless, getting a win is still very important there. Yeah, it definitely keeps their chances of winning that division alive as well. Yeah. Next up, we got the Dallas Cowboys, who destroyed the Raiders. Actually, you know what? I guess I'll probably put the Cowboys 4-5-1. I'll put the Cowboys B tier actually. So yeah, first three teams we got here are all B tier. Yeah, the Cowboys, they played very well in that game. The offense was looking good. Yeah, really not much to say. I mean, everyone should be beating the Raiders at this point, but yeah. Next up, we have the Seattle Seahawks, who lost barely to the Rams. Very close game, as expected. I'll still put the Seahawks S tier, but I think they're not. Honestly, I think I had them second place. I had them second last week. They might drop. They may drop a little bit because of the obviously losing, but I still think they're an S tier team as of right now. I mean, it literally had to come down to a game to a field goal, in which they missed. So I'm not gonna discredit them too much there. See, next up we got the Buffalo Bills, who beat the Bucks in a shootout game. The Bills have just been such a weird team this year. I don't know why the Bills are like this year. You lose to teams like the Falcons and the Dolphins, but then you beat teams like the Bucks. It just makes absolutely no sense to me. Like how you go from getting destroyed by the Dolphins, it doesn't make sense. Like, you lose to the Falcons, but then you beat the Chiefs. Then you lose to the Dolphins, but then you beat the Bucks. They're such a weird team. I'm gonna put them in A tier though. I think that's a very big win there against the Bucks. Josh Allen looks great. Honestly, they're not S tier yet. I mean, they're obviously not S tier, but I think A tier seems very comfortable, I'll say. See, next time we got the Green Bay Packers, who barely beat the Giants. They did beat the Giants, but I don't know. I still don't really trust the Packers. I'm putting them C tier. I'm putting the Packers C tier for sure. I just don't really trust them that much. They can be a good team. It's just the past 3 weeks has just been a little iffy. But I think I'm more high C tier though. They're high C tier. I don't even know how they're even this team does not feel like a wild card team. They just don't feel like a playoff team to me. Actually, I'll put them B tier, but I don't know. I think they're very. If there was a B minus tier, or or a C plus tier, they're going in there, but very back of B tier, the furthest back you could possibly be without actually dropping into the next tier. Next up, we got the Las Vegas Raiders, who got crushed by the Cowboys. They gotta go F tier. Yeah, Raiders are bad this year. They're a really bad team. Really, not much else to say about them. They're just a bad team. They're garbage. Next up, we got the Kansas City Chiefs, who lost to the Broncos on a game-winning field goal. The Chiefs, I guess I'll slide them into B tier. Yeah, I think because they have the same record as the Texans, I think it's only fair to put them right at B tier. Yeah. Next up, we got the New England Patriots, who destroyed the Jets. They gotta go S tier. They're 9-2. And it only makes sense to put them in S tier. I mean, I think they're tied for the best record in the AFC. So that automatically gotta put them up there. Really, no question about it either. Next up, we got the Chicago Bears, who beat the Minnesota Vikings. The Bears are actually leading the division, bro. I might have to actually put the Bears in A tier. It seems crazy to say, in 2025, that the Chicago Bears are actually leading the NFC North. But yeah, here we are. They're 7-3. They're on top of the NFC North, ahead of the Lions, ahead of the Packers, ahead of the Vikings. Yeah, A tier for sure. Next up, we got the San Francisco 49ers, who destroyed the Cardinals. I think I'm going to put the Niners in A tier as well. I mean, they definitely, that offense was kind of cooking though. With CMC is just a baller, by the way. CMC is an absolute baller. He's definitely top 3 running back for sure. What a player. But yeah, Niners, comfortable A tier, I have to say. This could be a very. Obviously, I'm a Niners fan, so I'm assuming to be biased when I say this. I think the Niners could actually be a pretty, if they make the playoffs, they could be a low key a dark horse team, or they could definitely be a sneaky team that could make an upset. But yeah, but even despite the injuries, but I think A tier for sure though. All right, let's see. Next up, we got is the New York Giants. We lost to the Packers. I mean, they did make that game close, but I mean, they're still gonna go F tier because they're 2-9. They're just not that good. They're really just a really bad team, in my opinion. But so yeah, I think F tier. See, next up we got here is the Actually, I'm actually, should I drop the Chiefs in C tier? Yeah, I'm dropping these two in C tier actually. So next up we got the Miami Dolphins, who barely beat the Commanders on a game-winning field goal. They're still gonna go D tier. So I think we know that the Dolphins are definitely I think we know at this point that the Dolphins are not an F tier team. They're probably the most comfortable, I think they're probably like the most comfortable like D tier team. Like I think they're like D tier is like exactly where they are. Like I don't think like they're really there's no, you can't move them up, and they can't move them down. They're just D tier. Next up, we got the Cincinnati Bengals, who got destroyed by the Steelers. They're also going to go D tier as well. Yeah. Yeah, it's kind of the same situation with the Bengals. They're right, just pretty much right. Like, actually, yeah, I'm moving the Packers back up. Actually, I'm like again, like the Packers are pretty much like right in between, like B and C tier. I'll give them B. Anyway, yeah, Bengals D tier for sure. They're also just not a good team at all either. Next up, we have the Detroit Lions, who actually I think we move the Texans down as well. The Detroit Lions, who obviously lost the Eagles. I don't know how to feel about the Lions, bro. The Lions kind of feel like frauds, dude. They kind of feel like a fraudish team a little bit. I'll put them back of B tier, but I'm not. It's not a good feeling though. I'm not feeling good about the Lions right now. That offense low-key stank against the Eagles. That was a bad offense. Like, really, really bad. But, yeah, Lions B tier, probably. Next up, we got the Arizona Cardinals, who got crushed by the Niners. D tier. Again, they're just a bad team, bro. Again, injuries have hurt them. But still, not a good team at all. So they gotta go D tier. Next up, we got the Los Angeles Rams, who obviously beat the Seahawks, so therefore they gotta go S tier. The Rams, they end up being possibly the second. They beat the second best team, so therefore that makes them the best team. And they're top of the NFC. Actually, I think the Eagles are ahead of them because of the tiebreaker, but. Yeah, Rams. They're pretty much like a flawless team. I'm not gonna lie. Like this team really has hardly any weaknesses. You can't really point out any weaknesses on the Rams. At least, like, I don't know. I just don't think there's any weaknesses there at all. So they gotta go S tier. Next up, we got the New Orleans Saints. I think on a bye week. Still going F tier though. They're still bad. Yeah, they're 2-8. So, yeah. Next up, we have the Atlanta Falcons, who lost to the Carolina Panthers. I think I'll put them in D tier at this point. Also, the injury to Michael Penix, he's out for the year. Drake London's going to be out for like a week. It's a really bad look for the Falcons right now. I really don't I don't think they're going to really do much the rest of the season. Their season's pretty much cooked. Might as well just call it wraps. Let's see. Next up, we got the Indianapolis Colts. They had their bye week. They're still going to go S tier, though. Really no reason for them to not be in S tier. Kind of simple as that. Next up, we got the Philadelphia Eagles, who obviously beat the Lions. They're also going to go S tier as well. Again, they're tied for the best record in the NFC. No reason for them to not be on the top. Simple as that. Next up, we got the Cleveland Browns, who lost to the Ravens. They're going to go right into F tier. Again, like the the Browns they're just not a good team. Like this, obviously we expect them to be this bad. Like we expected the Browns to be this bad of a team. They didn't look a little bit competitive in that game, but like really not much. They're just like, yeah. Next, I got the Denver Broncos, who obviously beat the Chiefs in on a game-winning field goal. I also got to go S tier, tie for the best record in the AFC. Only makes sense. Next up, we got the Pittsburgh Steelers, who obviously beat the Bengals. Put the Steelers. The Steelers is a tough team. I'm putting them A tier. I'm putting the Steelers A tier because the thing is like Rodgers is injured though. They may drop. No, I'll put them A tier. But I think they're very close to B tier though. I just think they're better than like these teams down here. So yeah, I think A tier seems right. Next, I've got the Minnesota Vikings, who lost to the Bears. They're going D tier. The Vikings are not good. I don't know. They're just not a good team. Like Justin Jefferson has pretty much done nothing the whole season. He's pretty much been a ghost. It's just really not much to say about the Vikings. They're just kind of like there. They've just been playing very poorly. So they gotta go D tier for sure. Next, I got the Baltimore Ravens, who barely beat the Browns. I think I'll probably put them C tier. They're kind of like in the this C tier is pretty much like the outside teams. Pretty much like the outside teams in the AFC in this little category, so that it makes sense. They're all kind of like bundled up together. Next up we have the Tampa Bay Buccaneers, who obviously lost to the Bills. I'm still gonna put them A tier. I still gonna put the Bucs A tier. But again, like them and the Panthers for the NFC South, it's gonna be close. But I think I do trust the Bucs a little bit more. I think again, you could make argument for B tier, but I think I do find that the Bucs are like a little slightly better in my opinion. So actually, I'm just gonna save these three garbage teams for last. Next, we get these two teams play against each other, so I'm just gonna do these two together. Next, we got the next two teams. You got the Jaguars and the Chargers. Obviously, the Jaguars beat them in a blowout fashion. What's their record? The Chargers are 7-4. The Jaguars are 6-4. I guess probably both B tier. Yeah, I think both of them have to go B tier. Because the Chargers' record is still 7. They're still 7-4. It's just they played horribly against the Jaguars. So the Jaguars got to go B tier as well. So these two teams got it together. And then we got the last three teams here. The Jets, the Commanders, and the Titans. See, the Jets, they obviously lost to the Patriots. The Commanders lost to the Dolphins. The Titans lost to the Texans. Probably F, and F. Yep. Only makes sense, right? All three teams in that F tier. Yeah, so there you go. Now let me just rearrange them within the tiers now. Titans, they're still the worst team. They're 1-9. So you almost have to put them last place. I think the Commanders have the best record in F tier, so I guess probably put them ahead. Now between all these garbage teams, like in the middle, I probably would say Giants, Jets, Browns, Raiders, Saints, in that order. Yeah, I mean, actually, that actually makes a lot of sense because the Jets did beat the Browns. Yeah, I think that makes good. I mean, the Saints did beat the Giants, but that was like week 5, so we're not really gonna do that much. Next up, that means in D tier, I'd probably say Cardinals, probably last in that tier, then the Bengals. Let's see. Just give me a moment. Yeah, I think I'm gonna say Dolphins towards the front of D tier between the Vikings and the Falcons. It's kind of stinky. I'll go barely towards the Vikings, but it's like very close. Either way, both teams are not good. Alright, C tier, I'd probably go. I think Ravens probably have to go towards the back. Between Texans and Chiefs, I guess I'll go Chiefs. I had the Texans. But again, all these teams kind of feel like bundled up together. So, there's that. In B tier, I'd probably say Cowboys definitely towards the, then probably Lions and Packers. Like these 3 teams for sure have to go towards the back, 100%. Actually, I might actually drop the Cowboys to C tier. Yeah, I'm gonna drop the Cowboys to C tier. Actually, I don't think they quite belong in B tier quite yet. But yeah, these 2 teams gonna be towards the back. I probably said then the Panthers, then the Chargers, and the Jags. Yep. But yeah, I think I like that. All right, in terms of A tier, I go Steelers, then Bucks. Then I'll probably go between the Bears and the Niners. I think I like the Niners a little bit more. So, Niners had the Bears and the Bills, obviously, in front of A tier. Then in terms of S tier, I'll probably go Eagles, then Colts, then Seahawks, then between the Broncos and the Patriots, I'll go Patriots, then Broncos, then Rams on top. Yep, Rams are probably the number 1 team in the NFL. Actually, you know what? I'm gonna put the Colts ahead of the Seahawks. Actually, I'm putting the Colts ahead of the Seahawks. Yeah, I think I like this. I think this seems like a very fair ranking of the teams here. Yeah, I think I like this a lot. Yep, and that's what I'm gonna go with. All right. Whew. So yeah, that's gonna be the end of the stream. Yeah, we talked a lot. We talked a lot of NHL. We talked NBA, and then we did an NFL power ranking / tier list. So yeah. So yeah, follow me. Subscribe. Follow me on all socials. Subscribe to the YouTube. Follow me on TikTok and Instagram. Follow me on Twitch. Hope you all have a great rest of your day. And I'll see you guys tomorrow. See ya.